Hi friends, I'm Scott Giles and welcome to Power Talk, my podcast here on Facebook Live and YouTube. I cover topics related to spirituality, hypnocoaching, and the hypnotic arts and sciences generally. If you'd like to know more about my professional work or sign up for my free e-newsletter, Powerlines, check out my website, which I'll tag at the end of this video. Today I want to talk about the importance of having personal integrity. Now, personal integrity means having thought through how you want to live and then putting that plan into action. It means knowing what you want, what you value, what you think is praiseworthy or blameworthy, and then ordering your behavior to conform to those values. Interestingly, as philosophers have long pointed out, having personal integrity does not mean that one is necessarily a good person. One could, for example, be the sort of person who thinks that shoplifting is okay as a way of getting back at the man, as we used to say during the countercultural 1960s, and then getting really good at being a shoplifter. Well, there is no sense in which we would say that a successful and active shoplifter is a good person, but we could say they have personal integrity in that their behavior matches their values. Perhaps an easier way to think about someone who has personal integrity would be someone who, as Native Americans are reported to say, walks their talk. They say what they mean what they say, and behave accordingly. They are true to themselves. Now, while the concept of personal integrity is logically separable from the idea of being a good person, most of us would concur that it's preferable to be someone of high integrity, and certainly they are the sort of person we would want to be in relationship with, as such people are reliable partners. Now, here in the United States, we've just seen our political system go through some striking examples of people who have demonstrated high personal integrity. In the 2022 national election, there was, as evidence presented shows, a determined attempt by a distressingly large group of people who wanted to subvert the government and cling to power unlawfully. There were some who were active agents in this, but testimony before a congressional investigation shows that there were many more who, while not doing anything active, indicated they'd be perfectly willing to go along if the coup succeeded, as it came distressingly close to doing. Now, the reason the coup did not succeed was because there were some elected officials, election judges, secretaries of state, who stood up and refused to go along with the plan, even in the face of powerful people in their own political parties. They put their values first before party. They sided with democracy instead of with their particular political party's wishes. They had integrity. To them, the democratic process was important, and they acted accordingly. Now, when I was studying for my doctorate, my dissertation examined what the founding patriots of the United States believed. And one of the things they absolutely would have endorsed was T.S. Eliot's comment that it is impossible to design a system so perfect that no one needs to be good. Law alone will not do it. You have to have people of integrity involved, or inevitably the law will become corrupted. The ancient Stoic philosophers also believed this. They called personal integrity virtue and held it as their highest goal, the highest goal a human being could aspire to. I believe they were correct. After all, you can be blocked from your goals by bad luck, but nothing can stop you from being a virtuous person, a person of personal integrity, hopefully someone whose values are praiseworthy. So how does one improve about this? How do we try to exemplify the life values that you'd like others to follow? Well, first you have to have a sense of values and follow them. And this is a whole lot more difficult than it seems. Hypocrisy is everywhere. In fact, one of the most dispiriting things I encountered from my time in parish ministry was dealing with people who routinely mouth values that they themselves did not follow. Next, after you've decided what values you really prize in your life, you have to treat yourself with self-forgiveness. Now, this may sound counterintuitive, but it's not. It's great to set high goals for yourself, but you will mess up because everyone does. People of personal integrity are not people who are necessarily perfect because there aren't any perfect people. Instead, they are people who admit when they've made a mistake and correct their course. Over the more than 70 years of my life, this is what I've learned to look for when sizing someone up. I don't expect them to be right all the time. I look at what they do when they let themselves down. Do they get defensive? Do they try to bluster or lie? Do they engage in denial? Or do they show their integrity by saying something along the lines of, "I'm sorry, I screwed up," and get back on course? It's the people who do that who are the people who have integrity. Hey, thank you for your time and attention today. I'll be back next week with another talk on a different subject, and I'd like to invite you to join me. It helps me a lot if you let others know about my videos, so please like, share, and subscribe. And if I can be of help to you, feel free to reach out through email, my website, or my Patreon channel. Have a great week.